Hi everyone, my name is Lucas Javier Nira, and as for my informative topic, I would like to talk about the importance of dopamine and how does it affect our lives to have a good understanding of what you want to do for a living or something you find your interest. This function that controls the brain of the body, they have been there since the beginning of your development, and how it creates a process for everyday society to keep doing what is best for you. According to labruth.com, uh, an article written by Aswini Kanaganti, um, she wrote that dopamine is a neurotransmitter released by the brain that plays a number of roles in the cells of humans and of animals. Its notable functions are in movement, memory, changing expressions, uh, emotions, communication, pleasure over words, uh, or behavior, attention, sleep, mood, and learning. With these functions, it will help improve your other sets of skills, such as your health, personality, speed, motivation, future ideas, positivity, and socializing abilities. Um, According to the National Institute of Health, researchers suspected that dopamine might play a role in influencing how the brain evaluates whether a mental task is worth the effort. Um, it performed a series of experiments to access dopamine roles in motivation. It can help to use this ability to have a sharp focus and concentration by the brain's neurons. And neurons in the region, the base of the brain produce dopamine in two-step process. First, the amino acid tyrosine is converted into another amino acid called the L-DOPA. And then the L-DOPA undergoes another change as enzymes turn it into dopamine. We know that dopamine uh, through our bodies is important to our body system. However, there are levels of dopamine that people should be aware of. The concept of dopamine is a type of chemical released by nerve cells to communicate with other nerve cells. The control of nerve signals involved through movement parts of the human body. The role of dopamine is categorized into two following groups. According to their importance, which are high level functions and low level functions. When you have a high level, it would give a lot of energy and motivation. However, it would lead to several bad habits such as addiction, anxiety, stress, fast adrenaline, lack of sleep, and schizophrenia. An example which I found into an action recovery.com, it states that when you eat comforting food, your brain releases dopamine, which makes you feel satisfied. Therefore, your brain assumes this is a reward and encourages you to repeat this behavior. Even though the comforting food may not be the healthiest choice of your body, that will keep you eating the same food every day, which we do not know whether it makes you obese or not. The thing is, it only has to happen until when you feel like it's low. Uh, Now, if you have a lower level of dopamine, this means that your brain doesn't correspond to your body often. With a dopamine that is too low, will cause a sleep deprivation, obesity, um, procrastination, abusive behavior, depression, and lack of awareness. An example for this is an average student from school is telling that he knows everything, that he is smarter than the teacher. The thing is that he says this just to have attention and realize that he just embarrassed himself. He lies to everyone and realize that he didn't learn anything because he haven't learned yet. And when he needs to work, he doesn't really do the work. He just leaves it empty and thinks that he just feel like he did this for to get out. And that shows that you have no sincere motivation for what you want to do and never listen to anything because you don't feel like it. And that means that you have a really low sense of dopamine. For what I can understand, is that your dopamine will be active depending on the moments and experience you have in your lifetime. A certain hobby or activity will have a reaction to the stimulus, will give yourself a high reward of pleasure. Uh, Healthy and unhealthy cues modulate dopamine levels, and our body responds in various ways to balance it out. The balance of dopamine levels is often termed as good health. An important quote by Mike Birbiglia, if I pronounce his name correctly, he states that dopamine is a chemical release in your brain and your body when you sleep that paralyzes your body so you don't act out in your dreams. So what this means is that do not do it like it's right in your mind. You do it like you're supposed to move it. I mean, it's your body, and you're supposed to understand how do you feel and where do you see and understanding what is around you. And also, when you're trying to like something, just remember to keep in control in an average level so you save time for other things to be aware of. Because that way you can know that you have something else that isn't just one thing. You can do anything else in the world that you can create or something that makes you feel comfortable about yourself and see if you have a high interest or reward for it.